Okay, so we are going to, after you've completely done with typing your story, looks like this, you've indented, your story is done, beginning, middle, and end. Then you want to highlight it. There might be another way to do it, but I like to highlight it. You go to Layout, you go to Columns, and you put 2 columns. Okay, as you can see, there's jagged edges, so we want to clear that out. So you go back to Home, and right here is left align. Here's Center, here's Right, and then here's Justify. So we're going to justify the columns. I want you to watch this. When I do that, they come out nice and even. Looks good. Okay, some of the words might be stretched, but that's okay. Once you've done this, so we have our 2 columns, then we're going to do our headline and our byline. So you want to make space. Okay, make space, hit the backspace to make sure that you come all the way to the end of this column, and you do your headline. Make sure there's no one's name in the headlines because we don't know these people. So, and not everybody do the same. I will kind of help you guys with the headlines, but we're just going to start 13-year-old future engineer wins soccer championship. Okay, so here's my headline, and you want to make it bold, make it bigger. Now, right now it is stretched out. This part you don't want it to be justified. So I'll put it back to the regular. Remember I told y'all the blue line is giving you suggestions. I need it to be hyphenated, okay? So then you come back, bring that back, but we still need our byline. So hit return. I need the byline smaller, and I don't want it in bold. And it should say by colon space space, and I'm going to say Coach Walker. Okay. I'm going to even make it smaller than that. It should be smaller than your font. Okay, so then bring this up as much as you can. Tab, and there is your headline and your byline. Now you need 2 cuts and 2 cut lines. So I'm going to, wherever the picture is appropriate, so if you're talking about them when they're younger, you have a picture of them younger. Again, you make space for the picture. Now, we have to do this because Word document, it has to do with space, and you have to make space for it. So you should already have your pictures downloaded. You insert, go to pictures. I'm going to see what pictures are on here. I'm going to put my mom's pictures since I just recently put them on there. Insert. Now once you put them on here, you see this? I call it the rainbow square. This is wrapping your picture so that you it doesn't mess up. I go to this one. It says in front of text. Okay, and you see how my my words came back? Wait a minute. No, you don't want it. Make sure you make enough space. Okay, and you don't want your picture too big. Make sure it's in between 2 paragraphs. So I'm going to crop this. You right click. Let me do that again. Right click, and this here's crop right here. You have to take the edge, take it down, take it down here. Some people like to take it from the corner. I really don't. I like to take it from the edges. And then you click away, and there's your cropped picture. Now, I don't want it too big, so you always take it from the corner, because if you take it from here, the bottom or the side, you're distorting your picture. You can always go back. Okay, so make it smaller from the corner or make it bigger from the corner. And then you always want, you go to format right here, picture tools, format. You always give a thin black border on your pictures. Okay, so now you want to add your cut line. So you insert text box, and they give you some options here, or you can draw one. You can just grab that one and then hit backspace to get rid of that. Again, you do the, I call it the rainbow square, move with text, and you don't want this up on that, so bring it down below it. Try to make it even. Excuse me. The first thing you're going to type is taken by, colon, space, space. Now, this was taken of my mother many years ago, so I don't know who took it. So if you don't know who took it, then you put in all caps, unknown. Okay. If you do, you need their first and last name. Don't put my mom or, you know, my sister. You put their first and last name. So then I'm going to make this smaller. And I'm going to indent it, push it to the side. I don't know why that's just doing that. Why this space is not letting me. So I'm just going to close that in. So then, now you want the bigger font. Go to Home, click the big A for the bigger font. And I want it bold. Oh, no wonder it's tripping. It's all caps. Okay. So you put their first and last name, and you put their age of them in the picture. So her name is Carolyn Bell. 10, making her first communion. Okay, now that font is a little too big, so I'm going to make it smaller. Here, here. I don't know why this is... Okay, there we go. So I want that pushed all the way until it's like that. Okay, once you have your first cut line, you know, you made your space, go ahead and do that. Now once, okay, here's this, then I'm going to go like in between the paragraphs again, make space for my next picture and my cut line. So I'm going to insert pictures and let's see, I'm just being picky about my picture. Here she is now with her grandson. So don't forget to do this. Rainbow square, and then you move it up, make it smaller. Don't forget your, once you've already done this on black, all you have to do is click on that pencil right there and it's done. Now I already have my first cut line, so I'm just going to copy and paste so I don't have to do it all over again. Okay, so taken by, I know I took it, So I'm going to put taken by Coach Walker. Make sure you leave space. You don't want that to go into a second row. And then now her name is Perry. And she was probably like 68. Just get rid of that. 68 with her grandson Darian, age 19, or maybe he was 20. At Christmas. Okay, and so then you bring this back up as far as you can. Make sure you tab. And there it is. Fitting on all one page. I got my headline, my byline, my cuts, my cut lines. I want you to try to make it on one page. So this is where, and if your story is too short, you don't have enough columns, enough for 2 columns, then you need to, that's when you change the font size. If this had went down to another page, I would highlight all of this and make the font smaller. You just click the small A and you make the font smaller. But it fit perfect, so I'm going to go back. Anytime you mess up, you just hit the undo button. And, I mean, this looks good, so there you go. Thank you. Bye-bye.